Stash.
God, I think we already did this. Yeah, we did Stash on the last one. Okay. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of this Tuesday. Oh, no. Oh!
So you still have it? You still have it?
Still have it. Still have it. Absolutely.
You didn't shave?
Did not.
It's been 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks, and it's still coming in. Look at that. It's fucking nice. See, I'm white trash, like Joe Dirt. How it's just infused this way. That's me.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Now you're telling me that you were so ingrained with white trash DNA that your facial hair actually grows in on its own, all white trashy like that?
Welcome to another episode of Journey Through the Darkside. I'm your host, Daniel.
Simon.
I'm Joey.
Joey, thanks for coming back again, my man. Special guest this month.
Still didn't change clothes.
No,
Well, it's how we do things here, you know, down here in the dirty South. You know, it's...
Well,
dirty.
We're still north.
How are those,
Still north.
how are those bratwurst treat you?
Bratwurst, pretty good.
Are they very good?
They're a little hot right now.
That's okay.
You're hungry, aren't you, Joey? I didn't get offered a single fucking bratwurst at all.
I've got
God.
dinner waiting on me as we speak.
You guys have got wonderful ladies to make you wonderful food when you get back home.
Mine's literally going to just... Anyways, so, Mr. Stats, what do we got going on tonight?
This Tuesday in Texas, December the 3rd, 1991, San Antonio, Texas, from the Freeman Coliseum.
Mm-hmm. That's what they call it this Tuesday in Texas. It takes place in Texas. That's
I think you just saw it.
On a Tuesday, it's...
What kind of attendance are we
we're looking at
betting on this time?
Wait, you already know? Let me get a guess.
Oh, he does know.
He does know, yeah. Let me get a guess. I'm going to say...
You looked at my paper, didn't you?
I did not. I hope I get right on the money, so everybody will be like, you lied. Footy's on tape. I'm going to say 10,000. Nope, what we got?
Nope, we only have 8,000.
Jesus Christ!
8,000.
What did we have last week?
17,500.
That's a drop. God damn.
Big time, yeah.
Well, we were at the Joe Louis Arena.
We are at Joe Louis.
Yeah.
In the legendary Detroit, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
San
Did
Antonio.
a big hot wrestling crowd there. Not so much San Antonio. They did have their success in
Home of
years
Shawn
past.
Michaels.
Yeah.
Home of Shawn Michaels,
Should've.
home of the Blanchards.
Well, yeah, home of plenty of other people, but, you know,
Right.
Shawn Michaels
Yeah,
all
Tully
matters.
Blanchard.
Best in the world.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
The main event was Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker for the World Heavyweight Championship.
For real this time? Like, is it really the
this
main
is the
event?
actual
For real?
main event.
Okay, there's no asterisk next to it, like, well, technically.
I mean, the last match was the motherfucking main event.
Yep.
The way it should be.
Thank you.
Yes.
Daniel, take it away.
Well, we got a bit of a situation here because, as we all know from last week's conversation about the main event, quote-unquote, match, it's a little bit of controversy. Ric Flair gets in there, he interferes like a motherfucker. So Jack Tunney's like, no more. No more. Not doing this anymore. I will sit there at ringside to make sure nothing happens. You know what's funny is he don't even get out there until like after the right fight.
President of the World Wrestling Federation, Jack Tunney, will be at ringside. Where is he, Brain? I don't see him.
Like he literally sits down kind of late. Jack, buddy, come on, you're better than that.
That's Bush League.
He's got to put his bets in. Before he goes out
Real
to
quick,
the show.
on a side note,
Yes.
because we probably
love side notes here.
Probably won't. Well, we won't talk about him for a while
Okay,
in this show.
gotcha.
Ric Flair,
Mhm.
much like Kerry Von Erich, did Vince McMahon drop the ball on Ric Flair? Or did Ric Flair drop the ball?
I think it was a little bit of Vince dropping the ball. A lot of that, I think, because he, wasn't.
He's Mr. NWA.
He was Mr. NWA. Wasn't his work rate, his style wasn't quite the same as like the WWF was doing. Big kind of cartoony characters, baby faces always going over at the end. The NWA, it was always usually the baby faces chasing the heels, trying to go after that title, and they were more work rate based as opposed to the outlandish characters. And
But as a competitor, like let's say that me and you are competing wrestling promoters, and I take your top guy, what I'm going to do is not only take your top guy, but make your top guy even more of a top guy on my show that's getting better ratings and getting, But Vince seemed to not look at things like that. He's like, I want to bury the top guys from the competition.
Well,
we'll see that in more later generations as well.
Yes, no. It just depends.
I feel like, and we'll get to it clearly next week, but,
Yes.
Flair has in my opinion, one just awesome fucking match, and that's the Royal Rumble. Now, his Mania match with Savage was pretty good, but then it's like he doesn't do shit. Before or after that, it's a very lackluster. Every title run he has is very lackluster, and I always kind of felt like he had a better run when he came back later on,
Yeah.
like as Old Man Flair, Team of Evolution. I feel like that run was so much better, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird though, because you're thinking like, we're all thinking it. We'll just come out and say it right now. We'll talk about it right now. This should have been, it should have been building toward Hogan versus Flair.
Yes.
And they just detour away from that. And I don't care what Bruce Prichard fucking says.
The two top guys in wrestling history at that time.
Going at it. And for whatever reason, they cool on it. They kept saying, it's funny, they kept saying like, we weren't getting the crowd reactions we wanted. But I saw YouTube footage of a match between the two. I mean, it's kind of fuzzy. I mean, it's like old VHS.
To the back of the end.
Tapes.
Yeah.
But it's like the crowd's going fucking nuts for this. And it's like, so what crowd are you talking about? Like, what one crowd did Vince actually peek in? Is like, I don't like this reaction. I gotta agree with you. I think it's more just like
A lot of it was they just weren't having the matches themselves weren't really living up to a lot of the hype.
Yeah.
And when they were testing it out at that time, the crowd was hot, but watching the match itself wasn't so hot.
Well, real quick, like, we discussed this off the air.
We did.
At that time, little kid me didn't know who the fuck Ric Flair was. Maybe heard the name,
Yeah.
but didn't really know who he was, Do you think Vince thought that the majority of his WWF crowd lived in that same bubble?
I think he's always been that way.
They don't know who he is,
Yep.
Hogan's the man.
Yeah. No, he's always been
Savage
that way.
is the man,
Yeah.
Warrior's the man.
But Flair.
This guy, like,
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's exactly what it is.
But do you agree with me when I say, like, if I'm going to take a competitor?
Oh, no, I totally agree. Yeah, no, absolutely. I
You
think
want
they
to make
definitely
him
squandered
even more, you want to...
And like I said, the weird thing was,
Like,
set
they
him
shot
up.
him to the moon. I'm going to shoot him to Mars.
Well, they do initially. Like I said, that Royal Rumble performance is the best, and it just seems like, I don't know, they just dropped the ball. Like, it was leading, even then you could have, I think what it boils down to is, I think it's more Hogan. I'll come out and say it right now, because look at WCW when Hogan shows up there, he's literally like, I'm going to fight you and I'm going to squash you every time. Like, Flair rarely had offense in there, and I think it's like, especially in 91, or 92 when Hogan's a little bit bigger, he's probably thinking, this little guy ain't gonna beat me. Like, I gotta fight a giant, I gotta fight a monster, I gotta fight a big man. You're not a big man, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna, sell for you or go down. Not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just saying, I think, honestly, in my opinion, that's what going through Hogan's mind.
But I bring this up only because, like, the match we talked about last week and the match today, spoiler alert, has some heavy Ric Flair interference, and it's almost like
they were clearly grooming it.
The Flair Hogan element, like, almost overshadowed the Undertaker involvement.
Oh, absolutely.
The
No, you're
Undertaker in
right.
the match, and it was like,
Unfortunately, it kind of overshadowed Taker's run in general anyways, because it was like they were building to just, this. So
at least do that, but they didn't even do that.
Yeah, they dropped it on that one. All right, so we'll get to this match. So once again, Jack Tunney's going to be at ringside. We're going to get right into some highlights. For me personally, this felt almost like copy and paste from last time. Now, it was a little cleaner. We didn't have that god-awful smother thing that lasted for 2 minutes.
God damn
It did rear its ugly head, but not for...
Yeah.
Like you said.
And I feel like, almost like it was copy and paste, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It seemed like they took what was wrong with the first match and made it a little bit better. With the exception of one nasty botch, a botch
in
the ropes, but you can't blame either
the
for
camera
that.
didn't really catch a whole lot of it.
I don't know what happened, if he just tripped.
I watched that twice.
It looked nasty.
I rewound it. It was like, was that a... Because I was thinking somebody grabbed his leg or something. Nope.
It was just a
Something
bad time.
in a wet spot.
Yeah.
And they hammered that for a couple of minutes afterwards. It's like, you think that they would just kind of gloss over it and like say, oh,
But
he
see,
took a,
I'm glad they did, though, because I hate when they try to ignore botches.
Well, okay.
And I think that, Hogan and Taker
Yeah, but
handled
Vince
it
don't like
beautifully.
botches.
Yeah, he doesn't. But I think Hogan and Taker handled beautifully, because after the botch, Taker fights back, gets Hogan to the corner, but then they fight back and then they do the spot again.
Yeah.
And I feel like instead, because I see that a lot today, I'll see a match where they botch it and then they pick up and just do it again. And I'm
Well,
like,
immediately
yeah,
afterwards, no.
and it's like,
don't-
what the fuck are you doing? So here, I feel like they actually did do.
I'm not saying that the wrestlers should, or I'm saying the wrestlers should maybe ignore
Yeah.
the botches and move on. And
Yeah, I understand, but the commentary, yeah.
commentators kept saying it over, like several minutes afterwards.
Oh, I'm okay with that. Because once again, you want to relay the fact that this isn't, because if it's a botch, if it's a mistake and you gloss it over, you'd be thinking, wow, like that guy just kind of, he fell, like what happened there? As a kid, I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
And I feel like, Jesse Ventura was always good about that. He would always kind of cover the botches. When someone would mess up, he'd say something like, well, you didn't quite get all that, did he? And I'm just like, I like that. I always appreciate those kind of little, subtle things.
And that was all you needed.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, it goes a long way. Good commentators go a long way, you little prick, Cole. Fucking, I hate him. Anyways.
The problem with that was like, Undertaker very, very rarely went down.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too, yeah, because you're telling that same story.
That's where you kind of can't hide it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, you've got to retell that story again. It is kind of like, oh, and then the fact that he never goes off his feet, shit, he just slipped.
Yeah, and
you
it
don't
was
want
horrible, too.
Yeah.
Like,
So, I mean, I get in that, but I'm okay with that. Joe, anything in this match, besides the ending, stick out to you? Any highlights or...
Well, I noticed, the crowd was hot.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were ready to see that rematch. They wanted to see Hogan beat the shit out of Taker, get his revenge. Hogan was hot.
obviously, all the advertisement in the
Work for those guys, yeah.
Yeah.
That 8,000,
Yeah.
But,
Hogan's fan in the...
Hogan come out to the ring hot.
Yeah.
Tears the shirt off right out the gate.
Yeah.
Doesn't do his normal rematch
Gets
stuff.
attacked immediately, though.
Yeah.
Gets immediately double teamed by Taker and
Yeah.
Paul Bearer. Does a double noggin knocker.
Yep.
What did
And,
he
If Paul Bearer goes down, he's dead.
Yeah.
Taker no sells it.
well, they hadn't rung the bell, so.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why that's why we have him.
Yeah.
That is why we have him right there.
Of course, Gorilla makes it a point, and Heenan also, that it smells like a funeral home inside.
Oh yeah, I always loved that.
Kind of odd.
Brilliant. Or Heenan later would be like, "It's cold in here." Like the temperature just dropped. I always love those little subtle kind of things right there.
Yeah.
And another thing that struck me, and it was in the match at Survivor Series, is Hogan's comebacks were odd. Like they didn't seem like his normal, usual comebacks. I think a lot of it.
They seemed hesitant
off.
sometimes.
And I think a lot of it was because they hadn't worked with each other hardly, so they didn't really know what to do, and they just tried to play it by ear, and it unfortunately didn't look great.
Yeah.
It looked good.
It's not Savage who's going to do the same match all week long with you in his private wrestling ring.
Lots of choking and eye rakes, a lot of choking on Undertaker's part, but a lot of eye rakes and cheap shotting, on both sides.
I love to say Undertaker at this time, like, anytime he got hit or like countered, he would always come back with his hand.
Yeah.
Like it's
old school mummy.
He would never come back like ready to fight. Like it's always like he's in choke slam position.
Still trying to figure out his character.
And that countered him. It got him countered every time.
But I like that because it was like
stop going for the fucking choke slam.
But it was like that was how you countered him. Was you were always faster than him no matter what. So every time he was kind of lurching after you,
if he hits that, you're fucking dead.
Exactly. So I did always like that, but it did. I will say it's probably a good thing he dropped it because I'm sure I'm the only one in the crowd that liked it.
And Hulkster, just the pre-match interview, he wanted to really bring it home to his teeny Hulksters. He for some reason in that interview he kept referring to his teeny Hulksters.
Dude, this guy right here. Right here. Don't deny it, you were a Hulkamaniac.
Oh,
come on, this
true.
couch. Wait, do the thing. Do the thing he says at the end of the interview. He does this ridiculous, I'm going. Isn't that what you're going to do when Hulk Hogan runs wild on you? Yeah. It is the weirdest fucking I
don't know if it was him.
Oh,
I think it was him trying to be a Texan.
I guess.
I didn't know Texans do that.
I was saying, I've never seen Shawn Michaels go around going, yeah. Whatever, though.
It was said yeehaw?
I could have. Could have been,
something like a yeehaw.
Yippee-ki-yay, something. I mean,
Right.
Only Willis can do that. Come on. So, let's get to that end. Let's get to the ending. Simon, I think I stole the ending last time. Go ahead and give us the ending on this one. How did that end?
God. Again, Ric Flair. Ric Flair's involved.
Can't stay away
But
from
wait a
this.
minute. Who strikes who first? Again.
I know, yeah.
I mean, Flair's not
just-
doing anything
just
wrong.
Comes down,
When I was a kid, I was throwing Hogan's side, but as an adult, I'm
and
like,
he's hanging out with Jack Tunney like, hey, buddy, what's going
happening
on?
here? And Hogan's
Hogan
like,
says, nope. Chair shot.
Knocks
Knocks him out. Ric Flair's up in 16 seconds.
Yeah.
Jack Tunney's up in 16 minutes.
Yeah. Well, he's a guy.
well,
So
he's
in
a
the
man.
match, Flair's up with, Undertaker signals him.
Yeah. Bring the
Get
chair
the
up.
chair. Go to throw Hogan, reversed, boom, chair to the face. Undertaker goes down.
It took, to finally defeat Undertaker, it took Hogan's big boot twice,
Oh yeah.
a chair shot,
Yeah.
an urn,
Another dent in that urn.
Yeah.
another dent in the urn,
And then,
and
then the urn is
then to top
emptied.
it all off, the urn is emptied and goes up in Undertaker's face.
Ashes to the face.
And-
Who's in that
and-
fucking urn?
And
his parents.
And
Kayfabe land.
And you know the move that wins the title.
Roll up.
Schoolboy. Oh,
Yeah.
Schoolboy
Yeah.
roll up. 1, 2, 3, and once again, as Howard Finkel says, World Wrestling Federation champion.
They know
Yeah.
Undertaker would have literally died if he got hit with a leg drop. They teased the leg drop 100 times in those
Never-
between those
Yeah.
two matches.
Never fucking.
Never dropped
well,
the leg.
there's a
on.
reason behind that too, because as I mentioned last week, Hogan's formula has been the same forever. You bring in a monster, you weaken Hogan, but at the pay-per-view, Hogan wins. This is the first time that, in fact, with the exception of Warrior, which I don't consider that in the formula because it's a totally different thing, Hogan's never been beat on pay-per-view. He's always gotten a win or whatever, or if it was, it's a count-out loss or DQ or Royal Rumble in the first one, but it's always some kind of craziness. And even here, getting pinned, or last week, it took everything. Like they had, like Cornette would say, they threw the grenade at him. It's like you had to beat him with everything you had to take Hogan down. But here, with the rematch, you're expecting him, like you saw Zeus and Bundy and Andre and, Boss Man. Hogan's going to beat him, big boot leg drop. But I think Vince saw more than Taker. And it's like, you're not going to bury this one like you did everybody else.
Yeah.
And we'll still make it where, once again, you have to throw a grenade at him too. And once again, Hogan, and I don't know if this was intentional or not, we usually get like a big 2-3 minute celebration of Hogan in the ring afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
No, he gets it and runs. It's almost like he took Taker down temporarily.
He was scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hogan's like, fuck this. Like, I got lucky enough. Let me get the fuck out of here. And so I really like, now once again, that was intentional or not, I don't know, but just from a kayfabe perspective, and as a kid, I knew Taker was something to fear even after that. Because I was like, even though he'll eventually turn face, it was like, even Hogan couldn't put him down like everybody else. Like, to me, he won, it's a win, but he didn't beat
Well, and
Taker.
it's funny, like in backstage, Markish comments, both of those matches, like didn't, nobody looked weak.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah.
And that was done with intent.
Both losses were shady,
Yep.
kind of cheating, like interference losses.
And granted, I mean, maybe.
It took more to put the Undertaker down than it did to take Hogan down.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, once again, like you said, unfortunately, it is all overshadowed because now we're thinking more about Flair and Hogan and not Hogan and Taker. But at the same time, it's like.
Because it definitely, at this time, we just talked about last week, definitely this time they're obviously building to that.
And so I feel like had you just beat Taker and made Taker an afterthought completely with a leg drop finish, it would have been like, fuck, well, Taker's going on. So
took the window.
yeah. So I feel like that was definitely the right choice. Going back to the urn real quick, as a kid, I didn't have any answers for that. I didn't know who the fuck was in there. As an adult, going back to kayfabe land, that's his parents. Absolutely. Now, later on, it will be his essence. And I'll get to that later. But right now, that's his parents. Like, literally, when Paul Bear came back up, he's like, hey, Paul, bring Mom and Dad. And he's like, will do. And he brought the urn with him. So, yeah.
And Kane did that.
Kane.
At this point, Kane did that.
No. Remember, Taker did that. And he framed Kane. So everybody thinks.
Oh, yeah.
I think Paul Bear knows too, but he's like, I don't want to dig at this one. We're going to say that. Me and Taker are on good terms right now. I'm not going to question him about did he kill his parents or not. But no, I'm watching this. I'm like, holy shit, face full of parents. That's awesome. So the aftermath from this match. So as soon as this ends, we basically Jack Tunney is like bullshit. I told you.
And you know what? And the reason why Jack Tunney was able to see the finish,
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
look him up. What-
Ric
dude,
Flair drags
he's the
his
nicest
ass.
guy in the
Yeah.
world. Like literally.
He made sure that Jack Tunney seen what was going down.
Make sure it's going to be down the middle. Flair's a great guy.
Flair.
Anyways, so Jack Tunney was like, no more. This is bullshit, and he strips Hogan of his title and decide, you know what?
And
At the
Hogan's
next,
pissed.
oh yeah, Hogan's upset.
Yeah.
And so at the next Royal Rumble, for the first time ever, everybody's going to be fighting for the title. Now, what he did do,
I don't know who's going to win.
oh, I'll find out next week. But to put so he didn't completely screw Taker or Hogan. He made it to where they actually had their numbers from 20 to 30. So they didn't have to draw the same numbers that everybody else did.
Okay.
So it kind of made it like, okay, you guys, I'm taking the title away from you both. Both finishes were screwy. You
But-
both have claim to the title. You
but-
both say you cheated, but we're going to make it a little bit better. So the top third of the Rumble is where you're going to be placed instead of rambling, drawing shit out.
You're
So
not going to get one. You get
exactly,
fucked over, yeah.
exactly. So I always thought that was kind of a cool little wrinkle too. So, all right, final analysis and final thoughts with your grade, if you will, Joey.
The match itself was a little better than Survivor Series. Overall, I'm giving this 2 stars. This is
2 stars?
Yeah, I'm giving it.
That's
2 stars.
him being generous, right?
It was still.
When I'm generous, I'm doing this shit. He's generous. He's like, here's a $5. Just don't ask me for anything else.
It was still kind of awkward, Hogan and Taker feeling themselves out, but everything came together a little better. The finish worked out good.
Yeah.
Everybody played their parts like they should have.
Yeah.
So a good.
No more tombstones either. Hogan's like, no more. You hurt me last
Right.
time.
No
Yeah.
tombstone.
No
in this
tombstones.
match, Yeah.
Simon, what you got?
I'm still going to give it 3.
3. Gotcha.
But it's more like a 2.9.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so it's a little less than
you won't let me do
Yeah,
decimals.
yeah. But it's all right. You can round up.
I still like the other match better. I
Okay.
like the Undertaker 1.
Fair enough.
And but I did appreciate the more of the Paul Bear interference
Yeah.
this time around.
Absolutely.
Get
Paul Bear.
the manager involved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
That's all I can say. It was the same match, but it wasn't. It was. I think it was slower. I think it was sloppier.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I thought it was a little crisper myself, if I'm being
Nah.
honest. I'll give it 3 stars. I'll go a star above what I did last time, mainly because this one, I think maybe because I don't know if it was quicker or not. I don't have the running times on both matches, but it just felt faster. That first match felt
I
slower.
believe so.
So what was the last time and what was this one?
Survivor Series was 12:45.
Uh-huh.
This Tuesday in Texas was 13:09.
So this was longer,
basically the same,
But
like
it
15
definitely felt
seconds.
So, but no, I thought this one it felt. I don't know. I thought the moves were a little bit better, with the exception of the crazy rope botch or whatever. I thought it looked smooth. I love that when Hogan's fighting a big man, he does the body slam. Like, oh no, I can't do it.
He's got, yeah.
Here, Taker takes a page out of Zeus's handbook because whenever he kicked Zeus up, they never did the fallback thing. Zeus would always come down, power down with a forearm, and that just enough to stop him. Which with Zeus, it looks incredible because he was so huge. Taker isn't really that muscular, but it was enough to like kill Hogan. It's just like, bam! It's oh god!
Yeah.
Oh shit! That's as strong as Zeus, and I'm down. So I always like that. But yeah, 3 stars. So I guess I averaged like 2 3s and a 2. So we'll give it 3. So 3-star match. Highest rated match so far.
Yeah. It's going to get worse, boys.
It tied with the Survivor Series 90. We gave it 3
Okay.
stars. So yeah. But anyways, yeah.
What's funny is we gave Survivor Series 93 stars, but Undertaker's.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with him. It was
Yeah.
more DiBiase and Hart. Yeah. So that's what we got going on here. So his second year in the company, 1 or 2 years, I guess full year, 1 year, but 91, we're out. So 2 years as far as pay-per-views go, though. We did 1990 last month. This month we've been hitting 91.
Yeah.
I gotta say, and this may upset some people out there, but 91 was a lot easier to sit through. I'm not saying anything bad about
His 91 was incredible. I mean, of course, his 90 was what, 2 months?
Well, it's same 4 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he did a.
Well,
I'm talking about overall though. So Mean Mark and Taker.
Sorry, yeah, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. The 90, it's. And I like NWA. I've grown to really appreciate the wrestling, but for every awesome, insane 4 or 5-star match, there's also a bunch of shit.
Oh,
A lot of garbage you gotta sift through. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like
Shit sandwich.
the matches we did weren't garbage, but they were on that side a little bit more than they were on the
Yeah,
good
I
side.
understand that, yeah.
And I don't know, just something about once again, maybe because I am a WWF guy, just seeing production values increase, seeing the cartoon characters in front of me, just makes 91 a lot better for me as far as viewing goes. But
Well, let's find out here in the next 4 weeks how
92.
how Undertaker's 92 is going to
all
pan
right,
out for him.
fair enough. What are we doing next week, actually? Royal Rumble, probably?
Yeah, probably Royal Rumble 92.
Royal Rumble 92. Spoiler alert! My favorite Rumbles of
Spoiler
all
alert, I haven't watched
time.
it. I haven't watched it.
Even
4 stars before we even get to
Wow.
it. I don't care. The greatest Rumble of all time. Fuck every smark out there who's going to be like, well, that one time CM Punk did something. Fuck you. Fuck Daniel Bryan. Fuck CM Punk. It's all about Ric Flair, baby. Right there.
Whoa. No, not doing it.
All right, Mr. Stash he's calmed down now. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't want you to see that side of me. I
Sorry,
apologize.
We may not see it for for a while. What do
Yeah.
you think about Taker's 1992?
Taker's 92 was good for the character.
It's cool, man.
You can, it was good for the character.
All right, so I'm Daniel.
Simon.
I'm Joey.
We'll catch you guys next time.